Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is DJ Vinyl Vertigo, and you're in the middle of another episode, or the beginning of another episode of the Chaka Files. I haven't done one in a while, and this one's a little different because we're taking a break from Rufus, as she did in 1978. This is after Ask Rufus came out, which was 1977. 1978 is when she recorded in the beginning of 1978. She recorded Chaka, which is this record that we're going to be talking about today. And then after that was Street Player, but we're going to just focus on Chaka. At this point, a lot of the movers and shakers, a lot of the powers that be, were seeing the extraordinary worth of Chaka Khan in the band Rufus. And so they went from Rufus to Rufus featuring Chaka Khan to Rufus and Chaka Khan. So it got to be, they just kept evolving, and it created some tension in the band, obviously, because she was beginning to become like the central focus of the band. It was almost like they were her backing band in a way. But she wanted to continue with them, but she also had some of her own ideas. And she was actually being kind of, primed to become a solo artist. And she was toying with that idea, but she still wanted to be with Rufus. So, happy cake and eat it too kind of thing. So she finally did come out on her own, her first solo record. She wanted to find somebody who was really going to bring out the best in her, and she, I guess, recruited Arif Martin to be the producer of her record. Arif is a producer and arranger who helped Aretha Franklin earlier in her career, and helped her to bring out a lot of best in her and a lot of black artists, a lot of black music at that time. So Chaka was smart to pick him and to get him to be involved. And this is not my OG copy. This is a reissue of Chaka, simply Chaka, and it's really cool. It's red. The original was not red; it was just plain black vinyl. But and the signature lips are everywhere, and it has all the information about all the songs on there. No lyrics. She has a tendency not to have lyrics in the records for some reason. I don't know why. There's no lyrics in a lot of Chaka albums, and definitely in the Rufus albums. But here's Chaka. As only she can be. She's always been an interesting dresser. But anyhow, let's focus on the rest of this stuff. This was released in 1978. This is 2024 reissue right here. My original is tucked away somewhere. I don't even think I have it out. Do I have it out? No, I don't. It's packed away somewhere in there. Where's my OG? Is it right here? Here it is. Here's my OG copy. Looks the same, right? Yeah. This is just fresher, This has been around for 30-something years, so 40-something years maybe. Anyhow, let's put this away. So let's talk about this record. This was definitely for a first solo record for her. It was a blowout for her. It was one of her biggest hits, one of her most signature songs ever, and a very female empowering song was on this record. The record opens with that big hit. She had two singles on this record, and the first one was "I'm Every Woman," which was redone, of course, years later by Whitney Houston. But in my opinion, I mean, she does a great job on it, Whitney, but sorry. Chaka's version to me is the only version to have in terms of like something that's really really good. And let's see, on this record, she so many good artists on this record, so many good session um, artists, and also lots of musicians that are from other bands were on this record. She has some really great guests on this record and some really great songwriters. She picked some really good songs, and they really found a way um, to frame her voice to really give you the best that she can do in any situation, and a very well-rounded record, I might say. It's got dance music on it. It's got funk. It's got gospel on here. It's got a little jazzy kind of stuff going on in here. Um, some nice ballads, some retro. There's a little of everything on this record. "I'm Every Woman," of course, was a big. I guess you can call it a a disco song, but it has a great beat, great uh, keyboards, great guitar, great bass line, great drums on this, and great um, many track vocals on here with some real great backup vocals. She has backup vocals on this by guys on "I'm Every Woman." Hamish Stewart from Average White Band, Will Lee, who worked with the Brecker Brothers and all these other people. He's also is a great singer, bass player, great singer. Hamish Stewart is a guitar player, and he played guitar on this album and sang backup on that particular song. And the other person that sang on that song was that was it. Chaka Khan sang backup for herself on there. So okay. The other backup vocalists on this album, on some of the other tracks, Luther Vandross is on this album, and also Cissy Houston, Whitney's mother, is on this album as well. So it's some really good pedigree on this record. The other single was "Life Is a Dance," which was another kind of a funky dance song written by the late great Gavin Christopher, who wrote Once You Get Started" and some other songs that Rufus did. So he wrote a song that was on her album. "I'm Every Woman" was written by Ashford and Simpson. So powerful stuff, and it's become a mantra. It's kind of like "I am woman" or whatever. It's that kind of thing, I'm every woman. So it takes it another level. She goes into this kind of jazzy, almost acoustic sounding with the piano and stuff, and bass. A song called "Love Has Fallen on Me," and it has a very jazzy kind of sound to it. It's a very jazzy tune, and it shows her vocal muscle, her muscular vocals. I mean, she just goes all over the place on it, and a lot of almost operatic singing on this record. She wails on that record. Love on that song. "Love Has Fallen on Me." And the next song that I really, really love, and this is a song that actually I ended up singing at a gospel brunch once because I love it so much that I decided to do it myself. And it's a song called "Roll Me Through the Rushes," which was a cover that she did. This was a song that was done earlier, I think, in the '60s, and she decided to do it. And she put her little gospel stamp on this record by singing that song. It has a very gospel sound to it. "Love Has Fallen and Roll Me Through the Rushes." Excuse me, "Roll Me Through the Rushes like Moses." Oh my God, it's just incredible song. That song just gives me chills every time I hear it. And then I'm going to skip over the other significant song on this was the other single called "Life Is a Dance," which is total funk tune. Has a great break beat in the middle of the song. Towards the end of the song, has a really cool guitar and bass riff that is a really good. It'd be a really good sample for hip hop. I'm telling you. It's really got great stuff on that. I'm sure somebody has sampled that, but it has a really good break beat towards the end of the song. Side 2 opens up with a song that was written by George Benson, and also it was a duet that she sang with George Benson. "We Got the Love," and this kind of has that kind of smooth jazz kind of sound to it, and they really their voices complement each other because they're both very powerful singers anyway. I mean, George Benson has a very powerful voice, and Shaka, obviously, I don't have to tell you. So the two of them together, they could kind of wrap around each other vocally, and it sounds like they had a really great time. They had a blast in the studio singing that song together. We Got the Love. Then she has another song called Some Love. Let's see. Yeah, Some Love. Also, on this album, her brother's on this record. And what does he play? I don't know what he plays on this record, but Mark Stevens. She's Yvette Stevens. Mark Stevens is on the record. And he's on several of her records. Oh, yeah, he sings backup on I Was Made to Love Him. Okay, we'll get to that. I don't know if he does anything else on it, but he's on. Oh, yeah, he plays bass. I think he plays bass on this. He sings. He sings on Some Love. Some Love. So he sings backup on that one with her. He kind of matches her basically on Some Love, which is the next Some Love, which is a really nice kind of dancey tune. It's an up-tempo tune. I don't think it's a dance tune. It's just an up-tempo tune. And that's a really cool song. And then she has two other songs, Woman in a Man's World and Message in the Middle of the Bottom. But she finishes up the album with the extraordinary song by Stevie Wonder, that was sung by Stevie Wonder and also co-written with other writers by Stevie Wonder. I Was Made to Love Her, but she does I Was Made to Love Him. And she personalized it. Instead of, she puts her name in there, Shaka, da 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 da. You know, she talks about herself in it, and it's a really cool version. And it's a really great version of that. It's kind of a real funky version of I Was Made to Love Her. I Was Made to Love Her has a very 60s kind of sound to it, but when she does it, you know, it's in the 70s. She does it more funky. It's a lot more funky, and it also has like this church piano in it, which is really cool in it. But this album, I played it to absolute death. I played it over and over and over again. I think anybody who's a Shaka fan knows this album front and back. It's one of my favorite records. My absolute favorite record, we'll see in the later episodes. You will know what my absolute favorite Shaka Khan album is. But this is definitely up there with it. This is the first one. It's fantastic. It's pretty inexpensive to get in a reissue, so not a problem. I don't see this very much out in the wild in a used, because a lot of Shaka stuff doesn't really come out. I don't see it a lot out there, in the used bins, because people who are Shaka fans really hold on to these records. I think the only time you'd ever get a Shaka Khan record in the bins is probably if somebody passes away or something like that, because I really don't think anybody gives up these records. Shaka is always fun to put on and spin, unless you just don't like records anymore. Then those people would actually, give their records away. But not me. I actually have 2 copies of Shaka, so that's how much I love Shaka. And it's nice to have this on here. Let's see, who else is on this record? The Brecker brothers are on here. David Sanborn is on here as well. Airto's on this record. I mean, Tony Maiden even does a guitar solo on I Was Made to Love Him. So he's from Rufus. So Richard T's on here playing piano on many, many tracks. There's so many great people. Phil Upchurch is on here. I mean, it's a who's who of session people in other bands, people from the jazz world. I mean, so she comes with, people really were excited to work with her. And this is young Shaka Khan, so, I mean, this is early in her career. But they were already really huge. I mean, they were already, Rufus was already really, really huge. But people jumped to the opportunity to work on her first solo record, which was actually a great success. Very simple cover. Shaka the way we knew Shaka to be, kind of titillating, kind of cutesy, kind of girlish, but very innocent in a way too, But that's it, Shaka, the first solo record, And that completes our chapter 7 or episode 7 of the Chaka Files. If you have any comments, if this is your favorite record, tell me what your favorite song is. Um, just whatever, if you want to put something in the comment section, please do so. And that's it. That's all I have to say. This makes me happy. This is a very happy time for me listening to this record when I was young, and it made me feel like this was a happy time for her to step out and do her thing as a solo artist. She was, of course, she continued to do a little bit more with Rufus, and she toured a lot with Rufus as well, but she definitely was starting to stand on her own and show that she can spread her wings and fly on her own. So, Chaka. I hope you enjoyed looking at that. If you are not subbed to this channel, please do so. You can sub to this channel and also like this video if you like it. And that's it. In any case, I will see you next time on another chapter of the Chaka Files, or if I'm going to talk about something else, I might talk about another record in another video. Never know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stop there because I've run out of things to say. Great record, great artist, wonderful woman, Chaka Khan. And this is DJ Vinyl Vertigo signing out and saying please keep listening to great music and check out a little Chaka. All right? Take care.